Hello, I'm Raziel, and so today's discussion. Right, I'm gonna say first, this is going to be very abnormal for me. Okay, it's not that it's abnormal; it's a political video. I've been doing a few of those lately, and it's not for the view count. It's just that I think certain things need to be discussed. It's always about the discussion, as you know. I'm open for comments down below, and I will give you my opinion on what you say if I read. If I do read all of them, but if I think it's particularly poignant or you may have said something wrong, or I will give you my opinion, okay? I will answer back. Usually if it's some sort of innocuous thing, I always leave people a like and a heart. I do that with everyone. Anyway, the other one is I'm probably going to swear, okay? I don't swear in my videos. I try desperately not to, not because of algorithm reasons, because I don't want to get too emotional in the video. I want to be clear. I want to be, precise. I want to make sure my argument is heard without, getting people a little bit upset because I use the odd foul word. Okay. I want people to listen without, the emotion getting through. And even when I do get emotional, I do still try not to swear. But however, today's video is something that has annoyed me quite a bit, and I think I may end up swearing. Thirdly, it's about Games Workshop tangentially, okay? Not because it's actually about what Games Workshop have done, really. It's more the response to what Games Workshop have done. That's the point of this video, okay? It's responses to it rather than actually being Games Workshop's fault. I want to make that clear now before anyone goes ahead and says, "You stop talking about Games Workshop." I have. Unless it's congruent to the conversation or they need to be mentioned tangentially, i.e. they started it, but they're not the reason behind the video, okay? So this isn't actually a video about Games Workshop, it's a video about responses to Games Workshop, okay? And I will be not saying nice things about Games Workshop because, like I said, they are congruent to the conversation at hand, but this is where we stand, unfortunately. I do apologise. I will be bringing out more Wild West Exodus videos, Dystopian Wars videos, Armoured Clash when it's released. I'm going to be talking about more Bantic stuff as well. So this is going to be like a one-off for a long time. I've not spoken about GW in any real sense since the price rise. And I've been desperately trying to keep them out of my videos, even tangentially. Like, I will say the company rather than Games Workshop. Anyway, so this video is about two articles that have come out on Warhammer Community. One is a rumour engine, the other is about a Stormcast Eternal. You obviously know where this is going straight away, okay? And so we'll talk about the rumour engine first. It's a flaming blazon on a stick sort of thing. And they say, he has some breathtakingly old-fashioned ideas on equality and inclusiveness, or something like that. Okay? That's what it says. And they re-edited it, okay? The fact they re-edited it should be a win for everyone who's pissed off with the first one, by the way. The fact they re-edited is a win for you. Stop complaining about them giving you what you want. They gave you what you want, okay? They re-edited it for you, but you're still complaining about the original. They did it for you. Yes, this video is going to be very much targeted as at the anti-wokes, the chuds, okay? This is going to be pretty much targeted at them, not because I pick a side, it's because you guys are in the wrong here. Right? You guys are in the wrong. At this point. They re-edited it, God, that's a silly word to say, for you. You won. Take the win. Don't complain. You won. You finally got what you wanted and you're still complaining about it. Grow up. Take the win. But you won't. Because it's not about beating them anymore, is it? It's about your narcissistic need for approval, your affirmation. That's what it's not. It's not that you've won once. It's not that you've actually blatantly gone out and they did something for you to keep you happy. It's not about that anymore. It's about your narcissism. And I'm sick and tired of it. Tired of this. Why are you so infatuated with this idea that you're always right? This is what makes you wrong. You feel like you're in the moral right even when you're wrong. So you cannot be wrong. And that goes to both sides, by the way. That's both sides. You both believe that. You both believe you're morally correct. You both believe you're in the right. Even when you're wrong, you believe you're in the right. Both sides are guilty of that. I'm sick and tired of it. Grow up. Right? The second thing is the using they, them pronouns on a Stormcast Eternal. What the hell does it matter? Really? What the hell does it matter to you? Do you like the model? Yes, no, no? No, it doesn't matter. Do you like the model? Yes. Go ahead and buy it. Alright? Doesn't mean a jot, but they use they, them pronouns. After all the shit Games Workshop has put you through, all the price rises, the bad customer service, the low stock, the FOMO, the hype, all that bad business practices, the quality of the models going down, the quality of the rules going down, all of that is taking second stage to this. All of the crap Games Workshop puts you through is taking second fiddle to this. Get your priorities right. If you don't like the hobby, if you don't like what they're doing, leave. This is not some sort of cowardly opinion. This is not, oh, we got to hold the gate. What gate? There is no gate to wargaming. There's absolutely none. Okay? There isn't a single gate there. None at all. If you don't like something, don't buy it. Don't interact with it. Don't do any of that. You're just doing yourself damage, and you're fucking idiots for doing it. I'm sick and tired of this. You have got to the point where you just go, hey, I don't like what they're doing. I'm going to complain about it. I'm going to moan about it. But I'm still going to buy their products. I'm still going to play their games. I'm still going to do all this stuff that promotes the company. Jesus Christ, there's so many YouTubers that have gone out and said that you should boycott, but constantly talk about Games Workshop, constantly promote Warhammer, constantly do this. While they're telling you to boycott it, while they say we shouldn't buy it anymore. I've never actually said boycott. I've never said that you should boycott. I said if you are boycotting. Okay? I'm not actually boycotting or left Games Workshop for any reason other than quality. That's the whole reason I left. It was never about the female custodies. It was never about the wokeism coming into the hobby. That was never my issue. Because I don't care about it enough in the hobby. Okay? I just don't care. I left because I found something better. I found plenty better. And I'm happier for it. I'm happier. I got to a point where if I buy Wild West Exodus minis, even though I've got models left to paint, all those models that are left to paint get put on the sideline and my Wild West Exodus minis gets painted first. And I've almost finished my Enlightened Force right now. I'm literally on my last model. Because I left for the right reasons. I'm not interacting with the Warhammer community website anymore. This has come up on my Twitter feed. This has come up on Facebook. This has come up on YouTube. Constantly this stuff comes up. On places where I don't want it. And that's the fact. And you're constantly bringing it up. You could have left this behind. You could have hurt Games Workshop. You bigger YouTubers, by the way. And yeah, I am targeting the bigger ones right now. You can come back at me. I do not care. Fight me on this one. You can at me on this one. I do not care. You've continued. You could have done so much damage to Games Workshop, but you just refused to. You could have left this, ignored this, and talked about a different game. Look how good you did Trench Crusade until it got woke. Look how well it did. Because you decided to speak about that. You took customers away from Games Workshop, gave them to a different game, based on your opinions. But still, you didn't give it up. You should have just started to ignore them. You could have done so much damage. You could have done plenty of damage to Games Workshop, but you refused to because they are your cash cow. They are your means of... Take the risk. I did. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm a very small YouTuber. I got just over 1,000 subscribers. And I will not lie to a single one of them. I allow them all a space where they can comment and talk and say what they want. I will not delete or judge them for their opinion. I'm only on the objectivity of their opinion. That's what I do. But I left Games Workshop. I said that's it. I'm not talking about them anymore. But you continued. You continued talking about them when you could have hurt them so badly they would have had to rethink their market strategy. They would have had to rethink everything. You could have hurt them that badly. But you refused to. You refused to do it because it wasn't good enough for you. You wanted to keep talking about Warhammer because that's your cash cow. I'm happy talking about Wild West Exodus. My channel has actually grown because I moved away from Games Workshop. It grew. It grew substantially, actually. I got like 10% more subscribers in the last month. Almost 10% since I stopped talking about Games Workshop. It worked for me. It worked for you too. And you could have hurt Games Workshop and you refused to do it because you were too embittered, too narcissistic to see the wood for the trees. You decided to just go, oh my god, Games Workshop's woke. So what? What's the quality of their product like? What's the quality of their games like? What's their books, novels like? Are they good reading? Are they bad? Why do you choose an author because of the quality or because of their political stance? You had literal lists going out of YouTubers who are woke and who are not. Authors who are YouTubers who are woke or who are not. And surprisingly, because I actually interact with one of those authors quite a bit, well, I've spoken to them quite a bit, I know what you said on that list about being woke was absolutely false. Some of them didn't deserve to be in the red because they are social justice warriors on Twitter, you shouldn't read their books. Their books are good. They don't bring it up in their books, but no, you have to bring them up in this list because you don't like what their opinion is. They do not know you. They do not care about you. You're just a person. All these people you interact with on Twitter, you don't know them worth a damn. You don't know them from Adams, right? They do not know you either. Don't be so personally ingrained in an author, an artist, or anything like that. They don't know you. You're just a person. There's, billions of people on this planet. It doesn't matter how big someone gets. They can have millions of fans. They still don't hit that 1% mark of the human population. Don't get down because you are important to your friends and your family, and you should keep those opinions important. But those random authors, those random artists, game developers, whatever, yeah, that's their opinion. You can argue with them, you can discuss with them, but as soon as you start trying to protest a company which you're still buying from, you're still playing the game from, and you're still doing all that, you look like a hypocrite. And talk about hypocrisy, the response from the left is just as bad. Cheering on this nonsense after the shit they put you through as well. All the things I've mentioned doesn't just apply to the people on the right, it applies to you too. Cheering this on, being happy about it. Oh yeah, you made this joke. They've added they them pronouns. What? They are treating you just as bad, except you're doing worse because you're rewarding them for every behaviour. You're rewarding the poor behaviour of a company. And you should stop doing that. This company isn't a good company. You could have hurt them. The right could have hurt them severely on YouTube, on social media, on everything that they actually find important to get their words across. You could have hurt them, and you could have hurt them hard, but you refused to do it. You'd rather look like the big man. Look at that, I'm standing up for you. No, you could say, look, I don't like what Games Workshop's doing. If you want to continue doing it, that's up to you. I'm not. I'm continuing on a different path. I don't like what the company's going. I don't like what they're doing, so I'm moving on, and I'm going to take you guys with me. And they will start seeing the damage, but you refused to do that because you were too narcissistic to realise what strength you had. You had to be right even when you're wrong, and you could not see when you're wrong. I'm sick and tired of it. Grow up, right? Who cares? Don't have to do this. There are so many games out there you could be talking about. So many fantastic books about the law of Mantic has a load of books you can talk about. Unfortunately, Wild West Exodus has one. A canon one and two non-canon ones and a graphic novel, which isn't canon, but they're all good reads and they're all enjoyable and they all have fun lore, they have fun settings, they have fun, you can enjoy it and you could talk about that and get more customers and more people away from Games Workshop based on their poor business practices and into different games. And like I said, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not. I got like 1,000 subscribers and I'm happy with my 1,000 subscribers. 1,100, I think. Okay, I'm going to check regularly. And I'm happy with that because I managed to grow even when I stopped talking about Games Workshop. You could grow too. Take the hit. Show people that you're willing to make a change by hurting yourself. Make the sacrifice, make the change, and you'll hurt Games Workshop 100 times more than just boycotting them. You have a voice. Use it. But you're not. You wish to maintain the status quo. And like I said, you won with the rumour engine. You won that one. Take the win. The they them pronouns doesn't matter. It's about a model. Do you like the model, yes or no? That's all you should care about. That's all you should care about. By the way, models so-so. I've seen better. That's it. Don't just sit there and complain and do nothing when you have a choice and a chance to do much more. You just want to sit there and do nothing. Yeah, any of those bigger YouTubers that catch this and want to fight me or want me to at me, you're welcome on this channel. I will gladly have your conversation on this one. I will not back down. I will happily have you on this channel. I will have you on this channel because I'm the smaller channel. And that way, it doesn't look like I'm trying to get clout by going on your channel and have a call out for your viewers. You'll be on my channel and you will have a fair discussion about this. That is an invite to any big YouTuber that has seen this. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm sorry about this video, guys. I know it gets to me where people are just not doing what they could do. People have potential to do a lot more than they can, and they refuse to do it. So if you got this far, thank you very much for watching. And I'm sorry if I used any bad language. It's just really done. Honestly, I will still do some more political videos, but again, it's going to be more from the centre, as always. Like, that's the way it should be. And that's it, okay? And thank you very much for watching if you got this far. 17 minutes at this point, bloody hell. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Today's video is a theory video. I will get that game up because I've got most of it written down now. It's Mythos, by the way. It's another War Cradle game, and it's well worth playing, especially if you're into Lovecraft. And if you're into Lovecraft, you can get it on the Wayland Games website. Ah, look, segue! And find it, which you get free delivery after £20. And it's good thing is you can actually use the posse, Infernal Affairs posse, for both. It's one of the ones that you can pass over to 2 games. So if you wish to give it a go, and you've got the Infernal Affairs posse, there you go. And the Secret Service posse as well. I think there's a 3rd one. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I've written about the game and the models. Anyway, that's that bit done. Free delivery after £20. I think I've mentioned that. Forbidden Planet for all your fun geeky stuff. Comics, DVDs, mangas, anime, and toys and plushies. My merchandise, cups, t-shirts, etc, etc. You know, all that merchandise that everyone does. And my comic as well, that's down below. I should really put the 2nd comic up. There's one about alcoholism there, which I was really needed to get out. That's a very personal story of mine. It really is. I've never been alcoholic, but I've grown up with an alcoholic, so it is a deep personal story of mine in that one. And there is Skyforge. Give the guy a click, like always, because he's a good friend of mine, and I think he needs support. And finally, Patreon, because business. Bye-bye.